Welcome to the bust adjustment video about adding a second dart. I have done this pattern work in this video on the Opus jacket, and you can very clearly see how to add another dart if you need to in either the Tabula Rasa jacket or the Opus jacket. If you haven't already, please watch the overview of bust fitting where I discuss the theory and the reasons why you would use all of these adjustments, most particularly for this case, adding an additional dart. All of the bust adjustment videos that I have completed, I realized I never actually showed you how to add a new dart, a completely new dart, not expanding or contracting one that already exists. And so we're going to use the Opus front that we've been working on, and we're going to add a second dart, presuming that the wearer has a particularly full bust. This is not an adjustment you need if you are small or smaller in how you are endowed in the bust, but for someone who's full busted, they might find this very helpful. And what we're going to do is cut all the way across in the same way. Then we added just a little bit of size, extra length, into one of the bust darts. This time we're actually going to put in an entirely new dart. And so we're going to start in the same way that we have before. And we're actually going to tape down one side. I've cut it all the way across that balance line. That's a logical place to put the second dart. If you want to use that, you could have also moved it up, but not very much because this is a pretty large dart and the legs need a place to sit. So this is a good placement for an additional dart in the front of an Opus. You can also do this in the front of the Tabula Rasa jacket if you need extra bust length, and you can do it actually even in the knit top and the Carpe Diem, which we have some directions for how you can do that in the videos that go with those patterns. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to mark the that grain line, extend it down in the same way that we did when we're just adding a little bit of extra into the dart. And now we're going to move this pattern piece into place. And I would say that generally, so anything over a half can have itself a new dart. You can have a dart of any size, but that makes sense. And this looks to me like it's about 5/8, and that certainly is a nice little extra length added if you need it, and it is 5/8 all the way across. So we will make sure we have that grain line aligned from the top section to the lower section, and then we're going to just add some more tape here so that we have it tidy. Now you say that there's no dart there. Well, we're going to add a dart there. So anytime you do this kind of work, as long as you are, if what you're looking for is more length in the bust length, then this gives you that. And if you turn this addition into a dart, which if you need that much extra length, you probably need an extra dart, then you will you won't have any trouble because it will come out here and you'll still have your same amount. So we're going to find the place where the other dart's dot is. You want them to align with each other. And we're going to come down here, and in the middle of this addition, we're going to put a dart point for our new dart. And then we're actually going to draw the new dart, and the legs of it should cross the addition of paper. So as you're drawing the legs, this is the place where you want the leg to hit the seam line, which we've just annotated. That's 5/8 inch in there. And so we're going to come down here and connect the bust point with that position on on the seam line that's going to give us the right intake. You want all of the intake here to be incorporated into the dart. So again, you aren't changing that pattern at all. And now I'm going to do one more little thing here, which is because we've added, in a previous video, I added some width to the bust, presuming that this person needed a little bit extra width too. And now that we've added the second dart, we're going to just extend that extra length down so that we have a little bit of it everywhere. And then we're going to true that dart and make sure that it's right. So I'm going to follow my lines here and bring this here. So we're adding just a little bit more in there so we don't get any weird sort of bumps and rumples where the darts are going in. So we're not going to trim that yet. I was starting to, but I was ahead of myself. So that we can fold this dart out. We've already trued the upper one. So we're going to fold this dart out here. And then we're going to true our line in through this new addition of that little extra width into the waist, which is where we're headed with that. Okay, and that might look a little funky, but that is pretty much what you need to add that width, and then we've added that second dart, extra length, into the front of the Opus. You can also do this, as we mentioned, on the tabula rasa jacket. We're also going to true up here this center front, although it's in a place where that line is pretty straight. So we just need to do it, make a note of it, and then trim away the extra paper from making the alteration. Okay, and now if you are full busted and you need to make some adjustments to make the pattern fit you perfectly, you know how to do all of them. And I wish you luck as you work through this. Know that if you get stuck or you have some questions of how this should all be sort of organized, and we do offer virtual consultations which allow you to meet with me, and we can do these things together on your pattern as we determine that they need to be added onto the pattern. So enjoy the process.